Good day, fellow Clashers. We have a war recap. Spartans Legacy versus Onehive Genesis. This is competitive War League, or Champions War League, but competitive gameplay. At the CWL invite level, Spartans Legacy is now undefeated on the season. We are #1. And we're just going to continue onward. Let me show you some attacks. I won't show you too many. A couple 112, a couple 11s, and a couple 10s. We've got Hodor. If you don't know Game of Thrones, then you don't know who Hodor is, but that's okay. Using a small kill squad, not a huge one, a golem, and not even bowlers or Valkyries. He might have bowlers in the CC, but I bet he has Valkyries in there. We'll see what he has, because Ram in there, I bet he's got Valkyries going for the queen. My guess, the reason why bowlers maybe won't be the best, because you obviously going to need to use, well, if you freeze that, you won't need a heal spell. But we'll see what he's got in here. Probably Valkyries. Let's see. Trying to get that EA. What does he unleash? Valkyries. Now, would it be worth it to bring bowlers here? Maybe so. So if you paused it here, bowlers, but you'd need a heal spell, and they could get some of the expos. It could have been worth it. But you would have had to use an extra spell. So, I don't know. That's dangerous, right? That's dangerous. Queen was able to snag one of the expos anyways. So probably, I don't know. That extra spell, I guess if you didn't need it, you could do it. But honestly, with 2 multis Infernos, you're going to need the heal spell. So, yeah, smart play on his part. Yeah, I would have done Valkyries too. It's maybe if there was more value, maybe if they got some extra bowler bounces off the expos onto something else, could possibly use bowlers in there with a heal. But of course, you have to have the heal because the multi will melt the bowlers. Actually, they'll die very quickly. I just spilled some coffee, bro. Man, I look pale. Pale as the sunfire. Now, this was a little bit close. A little bit close indeed. We'll speed this one up a bit because there's time. But, yeah, coming. It was, he had 10 loons up. Maybe if he hit some more red bombs over there. But, of course, I think this was the second hit on the base. I don't remember. I didn't watch the live one, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Elsa Jean. Well, we got to give Elsa Jean some love. That sounds dirty because apparently she's, well, for the kids out there, I don't know. Older, I don't know. Some people, whatever. She's something. Anyways, I think this is Stu, if I remember right. He's a German. He came from Warwells, if I remember right. There's some new people here. And even old people, like tons of people have alternates, and I know he's not an alternate, but a lot of people have alternates. It's hard to keep track. I don't keep track of people's alternates. If you want someone who does that in our clan, it's CH. Dude knows, I don't even know why he knows so much, but he does know a lot. A little kill squad action, eh? Something like my attack. Little kills. I like the kill squads. If I was an 11, I would like to play more with the Halo hit. I know it's worked on some bases, but you don't see it a lot. Bigger kill squads at the Town Hall 11 level. This is about the biggest you'll probably find at Town Hall 11. Maybe an extra golem or something, but not a huge kill squad. Most people don't run the larger kill squads, probably for a reason. But, I don't know. I feel like Town Hall 11 feels a bit easier than Town Hall 10, even though I'm doing great on Town Hall 10. Except this war, the hit rate plummets. One of those wars that you just get a little bit unlucky. The things should have gone right, but they didn't. But it's okay. I mean, if I was to have a bad war, it'd be this war because it really doesn't matter. We did great as well, so it worked out in the end. So you want to do bad. You don't want to do bad on a war that really matters, like in the playoffs or something. That would not be good, right? You get it out of the system, It's funny, speaking of like being on top, like clans and our players be at the best of your game. There's a lot of pressure. It's crazy, even in a video game. There's pressure in the sense of like, you have to perform. I don't feel tons of pressure, and mainly it's just when you fail. You're like, oh great, everyone's expecting you not to fail or the clan not to lose, and they end up losing. It's almost a sweet spot to be #2. Honestly, you're in the playoffs, but you don't have the top seed kind of pressure. It is interesting psychologically how that works. Of course, I played sports growing up, so I understood doing well, and if you're a team that was on top, it's definitely harder to dismantle, or easier. So let's go with, actually, Elsagene 6-pack. Yeah, our 11v11s went beast. Let's go with, wait, Ryan's not a Town Hall 11. Let's go with Hex. I like me some Hex. Let me give you the stats here, because I don't even remember the stats, but at one point we were 100% on Town Hall 11s. That's crazy. We were 7 for 7, I believe. 7 for 7! Hex is such a great player. Oh my gosh, beautiful bowler bounce here in the south. If you didn't realize this, this is attainable. Building Flaw 101. Beautiful bowler bounce. We went 10 for 13 on 11v11. 1 for 8 on 12v12. That's no good. They were 1 for 2, so they dominated there. We were 23 for 48 10v10. Not good. If I had 6-packed, we would have been 50%. So it was my fault. Our goal. We need to get over 50% at 10v10. We're not there. So it was my fault. If I had 6-packed like I should have, then all would have been fine. But you know what? That's what happens when you're a scrub like me. No, I'm kidding. Well, no. Very scrubby this war. Doing well on the season still. But yeah, it's very frustrating. I do not like failing. I take a lot from failing. I learn from what I do wrong. One was just, you know, I don't know. It's sometimes you can't predict everything, right? It was a solid plan that would have crushed the base, but some funneling. It wasn't bad funneling. I didn't think it was. I'm not even going to show my fail, but why am I talking about it? Let's talk about Hex. The reason I bring it up, because people like, who is this Halo? Can you even attack? It's very important. You know, I would say the number one clasher that I think is extremely knowledgeable about the game, that I would trust to talk about the game, to know about the game, to figure out what's happening in the game, is Maxwell himself. You know, I think he's one of the best players as far as YouTubers. There's no one better out there. Maybe me. No, we're very comparable. I would say. I think on the season we're actually tied for hit rate for 10v10. I believe. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. Or we're one off or something like that. But he's just like amazing. I wish he was invited out to Supercell for one of those the CWL wars to host it. Like, this can get some real war people out there. But he's very knowledgeable. If you really want to know about the game, you need to watch him. Like, he really knows what he's talking about. And it's important. You think people know what they're talking about, but some people don't know what they're talking about. And there's nothing personal. It's just some people are better at the game. They know and see the game. So if you're looking for a YouTuber, I know y'all know him because I bring him up so much. Okay, let's jump on to some 10v10s. Marijan? Should we Sugar? No, let's go Marijan. He's from the Baltic States. What am I talking about? Croatia. He's from Croatia. What does he got here? What is this? What is this? What is this army? No. He had this plan. A little kill squad action. Kind of like my hit. Obviously not bringing freeze, so it's not a Halo hit. It's just a regular kill squad golem hit. Very popular. Very powerful at Town Hall 10. One of the most powerful hits out there at the Town Hall 10 level. Beautiful funnel. It's interesting. Genesis ran a lot of big dragons. And they actually caused some problems for us on those freshes. Like a couple hits, we didn't get the dragons down. Caused some serious issues. Here comes damage CC. I think it's this time just mass archers and a witch. Queen still up with ability. That's nice. And he's got 25 hogs here. It's interesting. I'll have to show Lex's hit, the mass hogs, because actually my hit on a mass hog, see, I don't know how mine, like we thought I got 8 or 9 defensive buildings down and I still failed. Like sometimes it's crazy how sometimes your mass hog hits do well and not. I think it's really about the spring placement. If spring placement is really good on a hog hit, you're kind of screwed. Your hogs will just die out. That is one problem using the hogs. And sometimes, like my hit, I was like, the opener I had was like, ooh, it's gonna be smooth. Like even Lex, we voiced it, and then they just crumbled. So It's super strange. Like there were a couple hits this war where we thought, man, we're gonna totally dominate, but in the end we did not, because the hogs just like disappeared because all the springs and stuff. So it's really base dependent, it seems like, depending on where they put those spring traps. Let's show Hex's hit. I mean Lex's. Lex. Where is Lex? Mudke. Lex, his first attack. Kind of like a hit I did. So this was a similar hit I did I brought about same amount of hogs, a smaller kill squad. And sometimes I feel like I made a whole video on it. This is a super powerful strategy. And then sometimes it just falters. Like the hogs just evaporate out of thin air. Thankfully this time Lex does not evaporate. I think this kill squad just went ham. I mean, you can't... This opener is just crazy huge value. I mean, if you get an opener like this, I found that I think if you get like 8 defensive buildings down, you can still use the mass hogs. I did that on a number of hits. 8 or 9 structures down, was able to get it very nicely. But it's not guaranteed, because on my hit I had 8, 9 down and it didn't get a 3-star. So again, spring trap placements is very critical in this. And this says there's a big dragon, as you can see, very, very deadly, because if your queen doesn't get in there and take it out, that means poison won't kill a big dragon, and a lot of people don't bring 2 poisons here. So queen value here is going to be crazy. Unfortunately, the Valkyries did get stuck, but on the wall. But with queen ability, she's going to be able to snag a lot of value. Look at that, beautiful. Did she get the bomb tower? She does get the bomb tower. Amazing value. So from here on out, like, the base is destroyed. He's got so many hogs, it doesn't even matter what he does. This is the attack that, it's just, even with springs, it won't matter, because he got such a huge value from that small kill squad. So at this point, it doesn't even matter what he does with his hogs. I mean, unless he disconnects, he can't fail here. So maybe it's just a little luck of the land. If your kill squad just goes ham sometimes, like, I bet you if you duplicated that entry, you probably wouldn't get that same amount of value. Sometimes pathing's weird. Like, your Valkyries do the right thing. Your king or queen hits the right building at the right time. There's many variables, but this one is a massacre. Right? He probably lost just a couple hogs. He's got well, we don't know how many hogs he has up, because there's too many. There's probably at least 29 there. 20-something. 25? He probably lost about 10. Wow, what a massacre. What a massacre. But I can't show you my hit because I don't have a hit. It's a shame, bro. Shahab? Shafin? Oh, wait. There's a couple new players. There are new players. There's... Oh, Tachir. He's new. Tachi Jr. It is a low weight. Low weight, but I'll show it, because I know some of y'all have these low weight hits, and you're wondering, well, what if you don't have max heroes? Guys, you can 3-star Town Hall 10s without max heroes. Heck, with my level 5 queen and level 11 king in my mini account, I've 3-starred 10s, and I've 3-starred max, 9s. Like, and you might be wondering, how do you do it with low heroes? It's not hard. You just need a good plan. And if your queen is like level 20, you can take down a base like this, no problem. Heck, even if it's level 25, of course, if higher up, but level 20 king and queen, they can 3-star this sort of base. You can do it. You just need a good plan. You don't have to do a queen walk. You can do the halo hit, or a kill squad entry or something, or a la sui la lo, or something like that. It's not the end of the world. You can do it. That was close. He had the pop ability. He misplaced the rage, and he put it a bit late, so he had the pop ability. So that was a mistake. Thankfully, it was not needed. The queen ability was not needed later. So that really could have cost him, especially if he was charging into a single. He would have probably ended up failing this hit, because he would have needed the queen ability on the single. So fortunate that he's not charging a single. Has to put another rage down. She ends up walking, which actually is not a bad idea. Ends up he puts the hogs over there, because he wrote after, that was according to plan. He was like, that's where the hogs were supposed to go, so he went there. I think he probably would have been better to hog the other side and let the queen take care of that. I mean, in the end, he's still smashed. I mean, he's still got the 3-star, but queen value just kind of dead now. I mean, I guess it was going to be dead either way, so she's beaten on a wall. Maybe she would have gotten... Well, she probably would have died to the single. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, doesn't matter. Hogs had a weird split. He didn't get the funnel he quite wanted with his hogs because the queen kind of wandered off. But not a big deal in the end because these lower weights, again, they're like Town Hall 9s. Well, new Town Hall 10s. I mean, they're not the highest weight. So even if you make mistakes, you can overcome. However, I think we did fail on this base. First hit. So Tachi coming in with a cleanup. There's okay. There's a 3-star. What time is it? 15 minutes in. Okay, we'll show one more hit. Let's. No, you know what? We won't show another hit. I'll make separate videos of some cool attacks. So you need to subscribe, and I'll get back on there. I'm gonna use all the bases. I'm gonna use some more process videos, things like that, on some attacks. That's kind of the war recap. A great war all around. Onehive Genesis, good job. I mean, it's crazy. Just. All these wars are going to be close because they didn't do well on 11v11. They did not. Compared to us, yet it was only a 1-point margin. And that's because Town Hall 12, it's like, you know, if the 11s will all be dipped, they'll all be tripled, right? So it's up to the 12v12. So it's going to be, all these wars are going to be very, very close. I kind of wish we'd run higher 12s. I think it'd be more interesting, personally. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks again for watching. Go watch, if there's other recaps, you got Maxwell or Crunch. They might do a recap as well. And if they do, you should say hi to them. Tell them Halo sent you. And we'll talk to you later. Halo out.
This is Sparta!